November 15, 1885, and Scandinavia has to deal with the KURO uprising in former Liberia. Hello everyone, I call myself Zondagskind and I'd like to play Victoria 3, but I do have to re-record this episode because I wanted to go for Oldenburg, and then, as the AI is wont to do, it decided I can't have fun, and the United States of America and Egypt decided to intervene on Oldenburg's behalf, and even though I actually was doing better than them in the war, I still lost ground, which is... yeah, I won't ever not complain about that. We will enact... I explained this a lot when it immediately got... when it initially came up. I can't even speak anymore because of how angry I am. But we're going for fair wages because this is a institution we already have. And it will just make it slightly better for the people getting those welfare payments. So, and meanwhile the intelligentsia will also... will always... select socialist leaders. They should do that. I'm fine with that. We'll really need to tech up, army up before we go up against the Austria-Hungarian enemy here over here. And meanwhile, I think I will also just damage with you because I might then just as well conquer Oldenburg. I'm really frustrated by how the diplomacy system works. Still? Yes, still. Anyway, let's get rid of these unproductive trade routes. I don't like unproductive trade routes. I hate them. But meanwhile, we're trying to climb out of debt again, if we can. Standard of living not great. The KURO uprising is starting. So let's see if we can't help you out there with... a small army. France and Prussia again teaming up against with Futajalon against the Bestie. Interesting stuff. And yeah, this war is still ongoing as well with Russia sending their men into a meat grinder. Seems thematic. Anyway, feminism has unlocked, and I really like feminism. So let's go for women's suffrage. Is this less bad in terms of opposition? I suppose it is. But do I care? Nah. Women's suffrage, guys. It is the way. Alright, our naval invasion actually failed. Well. Okay, I guess. Doesn't matter. Scandinavia still wins. And I really need Scandinavia on their A game when we finally decide to go up against Austria-Hungary. And I probably should wait until you don't have a truce anymore. So that's July 30, 1890. So that's going to be near the end of this series, in fact, because I want to end it within, I believe, 4 episodes. I lose track always whenever I'm playing. But I think that's it. Also, I need more government administrations. And I actually don't need, because that... I also think I talked about that in the initial recording. I don't need all these ports because the reason I had a lack of ports was not that... was because my armies were running around. That's basically it. And Scandinavia's armies were running around. So that was the reason there. So, Scandinavia crushes that secession. Good on them. And the People's Revolution is here. Which fires if we get a Council Republic. I don't think I will. Extreme radicalism here for legal guardianship. So our radicals are only going to grow and grow and grow. Angry men all around. But you know what? That's fine. So we have a bunch of unrealized taxes. Most in Hannover, but that's because of turmoil. Yeah, a lot of turmoil. But at least we have good law enforcement, which in fact should move up to level 5 fairly quickly now. Could also expand towards better welfare payments. That should raise the standard of living quite significantly. And I think part of the standard of living drop, or its stagnation basically, is also because we're incorporating states like Hausaland which has pretty bad standard of living, which we might be able to fix if we do something like, let's see. Well, it's mostly about them not being peasants anymore, so I think this is fine. Fringe group violence. Ugh. Fringe women rights group violence stop. What? Violence by a small group within the suffragist movement is threatening to turn the general population against it. Oh. Oh. Well, it's not ideal, but I don't have a lot of authority either way, so might as well go into a deficit there. Trade agreement with Belgium broke. Oh no! Why? Oh, you're in the French Customs Union. Oh, okay. Could you maybe join ours? No? That's too bad. Shoot. I maybe could have gotten them into our Customs Union if I'd paid attention there. That is sad. And I guess that means that the trade routes broke as well? I don't know. And I still need government administrations as well. Now that's a cool anthem! A group of respectable musical composers teaching at the Arts Academy in Hannover have approached us. The Conservatorium of Hannover. Land of fighting, impossible surrender, always threatening the offender. Born from the night and blessed by day to drive all our enemies away. More prestige! We could be the world's leading producer of rubber if we wanted. Do we have the oil rigs slotted in? Yes, we do. Okay. Peace between Great Britain and Persia, and they did take Boucher. Good stuff. And there's a United States against Mexico war, I presume for Nevada. Yeah, that makes sense. It made no sense for Nevada to be an independent state, or a state within Mexico. That was kind of silly at this point. Build off that infamy. Oil in East Hausaland. Good stuff. We could get a couple oil rigs over there. And law enforcement is at level 5, which should get us more money again. Because our penalties have gone down. So that's good. And thanks for the tip. I don't know if you want me to shout out your new username, so I won't. So thanks for the tip there on just taking that penalty to the law enforcement and then picking back up. Oil in the West Indies. Interesting stuff. Yeah, and Great Britain is just going to gobble up all this land. It's fine. We just can't do anything about it. Oh, and France is also expanding here in Namaqualand now. Oh, well. Is malaria actually in here? A malaria prevention, I should say. No, and it's all the way over here, so it won't spread to us either for a long time. Rough. Bureaucratic embroglio. That is super sad. So women's suffrage is looking sketchy. And meanwhile, the radicalism is going up and up and up. Which is, of course, not ideal. Let's also slot in a munitions plant or two. And we're working away on our debt. I actually think I'll keep this surplus in because we have more than £5,000 of interest, which I don't like. Okay. Let's see, anything we could do here to buy the time? How am I doing on time in this episode? Oh, only halfway. Well, we shall wait. Oil in East Hausaland, some more. So that's a bunch of oil rigs. Expensive government goods. What is most lacking? Boop. It's fine art, actually. Interesting. Well, we'll fix that. We'll work on that. in that case, I actually think I don't need to subsidize my my arts academies, right? Arts academies. Don't subsidize those because they should be productive. Yeah, they are. Good stuff. Unproductive trade routes. Well, then don't. But steel is expensive, nonetheless. And the KPD has formed, which is the Communist Party, with Leopold Nettstretter from the Intelligentsia. So this is going to be an exciting election. They did lose, I think, a bunch of well, he is very popular. But I feel like they're going to lose some clout in comparison to Florian Kompes, still with the industrialists. Johan Lehne really doesn't like where this has gone. In fact, they might... Yeah, well, I'll keep it this way for now. I'll change after the election. And oil in Hausaland. So 10 ore rigs there. Very nice. For whom the bell tolls, the aged Florian Kompes. Oh no! Leader of the industrialists has unexpectedly expired mid-campaign. Our first chancellor is dead, robbing the Free Conservative Party of a cornerstone politician. See, this event should also fire whenever your king dies, basically. The question of his replacement is now on everyone's lips. Go with the popular but inept candidate, or the determined but haughty youngster secures the chair. I feel like Florian Kompes, being a reformer, would have preferred a young talent. And there we go, former politician Florian Kompes has died, and the nihilist Bruno Pfeiffer is in. Imperious. Oh, charismatic. Oh, ambitious. So kind of a mixed bag in terms of popularity. Imperious upstart. Okay, good stuff. Let's see that election. And meanwhile, there is a pretty... Oh, the Netherlands are going to try and subjugate Burma. Interesting. I might also want to get in on the war action again, but I'm kind of feeling like holding off as well. We're going through some military techs right now, which are going to be huge for us. And yeah, working on these art galleries just to supply those needs. Yeah, we currently have an unacceptable government, but that will be fixed soon with the election. Okay, and with our interest slowly dying down again, I think I can take one construction sector up to the better level. Law debate failed. Women's suffrage. Crap. So we're at 0%. Well, that is tragic, honestly. And so what's this? Intelligentsia. So the trade unions are in favor of this. I don't know, man. I think we'll wait now. Let the revolution die down and wait for the election to see what we do then. But that is truly tragic. I want to go to women's suffrage, but the game won't let me. All kinds of expensive goods. There is repeaters, so repeating rifles for army industries, and it leads to the hand-cranked machine gun soon. But yeah, our munitions plants, which are over here, can go to repeating rifles for a lot more small arms. And more artillery as well. Let's see if that gives us any input good shortages. It doesn't seem that way. And no real problem here either with steel. So that's encouraging. Okay. 3 more weeks and a bit for the election of 1888. Well, we are working on chemical plants as well for more explosives. Yeah, the private AI is doing fairly well, I think. Oil in Elbe. Good stuff. So that's 16 oil rigs as well. Yeah, that's a bunch. And, oh, we totally flew past the election because... There we go. because the oil toast came in. And the Agrarian League is now by far the biggest contender. Interesting. So, are you part of the Agrarian League? Wait, what? No. Oh wait, this is because you're the biggest party in the... I get it. So the Agrarian League won the election. It would make sense that they have first dibs on trying to form a government. But, let's see. Agrarian League. But they don't really get any good governments, it appears. So it looks like it's going to be Bruno Pfeiffer with the industrialists leading a very unacceptable government, but there's nothing to be done here. It stings that the intelligentsia have decided they don't like us anymore. But yeah, it's the way it is, I guess. Okay, this unacceptable government will have to do with Chancellor Bruno Pfeiffer. Truly, we are in hot water after our guy died, and this is so tragic that we can't enact any better feminist laws. Man, now women are still tied to the kitchen. I don't like it. What dreams of equality does this nation have? There's a defensive pact from Sachsen-Meiningen. I really don't care for you, Sachsen-Meiningen. I'm sorry. I care for Sachsen-Meiningen in real life. Interesting is that the history it has with theater, I believe with Duke Georg? I'd have to look that up, but look it up yourself. It is interesting. Sachsen-Meiningen theater, you should probably be able to find it. Zanzibar, I assume is a French puppet? No? French Dominion. Okay. And the Netherlands is taking Burma? Yes. And how are we doing on... Oh, there's threshing machine as well. And how are we doing on time? Still okay. So, let's look. Threshing machine. This uses more tools and coal. Sure, fine. Oh, and we could have gotten this way earlier. Whoops, my mistake. Let's get that automatic irrigation in, baby! Pump up the production! I should have done this way before. We could have done it at pump jacks. That's when it unlocked. Also do this. That is my mistake. Sometimes I forget about some of the production methods. Yes, this is fine. And this is fine as well. Which I think means we need a bunch of engines. Where is the engine factory? It's over here. So, boop boop. Get working on those. And for now, import them from nowhere. Never mind. Can we not import from France? We can? This was weird. Okay, so I am importing them. This is weird. Anyway. Should also turn on the light. 1 second. I returned. We're almost at stamp out monarchism, which is going to fire in 7 more months. So I think we take that as a endpoint. I think that makes sense. So the Netherlands are at peace with Burma, which is now a dominion or a puppet? A dominion of the Netherlands. Good stuff. For them. Dutch Burma. 6 more months for stamp out monarchism. The game is slowing down a tad. It's not as bad as it was way back, but it still is a thing. The Netherlands wants us to enter their customs union. How big is your customs union? I think, what? How big is this? What? Why would I? No. You're out of your mind. Join your customs union. Look at mine. You idiot. That's an insult, Netherlands. That's an insult. Meanwhile, yeah, I would like to keep improving this. It's going to hurt a bit. And this is the big one. I think I'll bite the bullet now. Get everyone in on the steel frame construction. And then we only have a queue of 77 weeks, so within a year we would be through all of this. Economy is steadily growing. I love it. And our biggest shortage is coal, which we are going to be working on. And I think in fact, I think I will work on it a bit more. Coal and steel, coal and steel. And another Prussian... How? What? What? How? How is this a thing? You have a truce. How can you be at war with each other? Oh my god. So, Prussia wants to ban slavery in Morocco. And again, they're asking to open the Austro-Hungarian market. This is bad news for us because it means that Prussia will have another truce with Austria-Hungary, and it will be another 5 years before they would like to intervene again in a war. Man, and how can Austria-Hungary actually intervene here? This shouldn't be possible because they have a truce as well. How are they able to intervene like this? Why? They don't have a diplomatic pact with Morocco. Why are they able to intervene against Prussia? But Prussia wasn't able to intervene against Austria-Hungary when I initially recorded this. I'm so upset. I don't understand why this does work, but earlier when I decided to go after Oldenburg and I asked Prussia, I wanted to ask Prussia to join, it said it couldn't because Prussia had a truce. Oh well, anyway, next month this is going to time out. We stamp out monarchism, and there's also camera. Interesting stuff. So we go into our art academies and we say, hey you guys, the camera is now a thing. Time for photographic art. And that, yeah. There's stamp out monarchism. The last monarchist, Hannover, has successfully maintained a republican form of government for many years now. I think all of 5. There are a few who still remember the old monarchy with any fondness. Again, like 5 years, right? Okay. Anyway, we can have them lose the paternalistic scholar Juncker ideology as well. I think that's the one they had? What was it? Not that it really matters, but at least they'll be less angry. Right? So, December 2, 1888, and the last vestiges of monarchy have died in the landowner interest group, which is also very, very small indeed. So, YouTube, if you like that we have stamped out monarchism, then leave a like. If you don't like that, then leave your comment. And if you want to know when the next episode goes live, then subscribe and ding the bell, and you will be notified. And I will see you then. Bye bye.